Revolutionary War Timeline by Abby Klinemen. George Washington was elected Commander-in-Chief on June 19, 1775. He was chosen based on previous military experiences, and he was also chosen because they hoped that a leader from Virginia could help unite the colonies. George Washington did not receive any pay for this position because he declined to receive any for his services in his acceptance speech. The Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4th, 1776. The main goal of the Declaration was to make the United States an independent nation. Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, Roger Sherman, and Robert R. Livingston were asked to help the draft of the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence influenced a lot of revolutions around the world, such as the French Revolution and the Mexican Revolution. The Articles of Confederation were actually written on November 15, 1777. The original purpose of the Articles were to serve as the written document that established the functions of the national government of the United States after it declared independence from Great Britain. The realistic outcomes of the Articles of Confederation were not very good. They included a loose confederation of sovereign states and a weak central government. The Treaty of Alliance with France was signed February 6, 1778, and Congress sent Benjamin Franklin, Silas Deane, and Arthur Lee to make an agreement with Great Britain, as you can see in this picture. This is a picture of the original Treaty of Alliance, and you're probably wondering why the French wanted to form an alliance with the Americans, and it was because they wanted to help make an independent nation against Great Britain. So neither of them liked Great Britain, so they wanted to go against them and go against their rights and laws. The Treaty of Paris was signed on September 3rd, 1783 in Paris, France. The three Americans that were involved in the signing of the treaty were Benjamin Franklin, John Jay, and John Adams. The most important article of the treaty was that Britain recognized the 13 colonies to be free and independent states. Also, another important article was that the boundaries of the United States allowed for Western expansion. The primary goal of the Treaty of Paris was to maintain peace between Britain and the United States colonies, because obviously we have some background information on that they did not get along, maybe at the beginning, but once they put in all these laws and taxes, they did not get along very well. Okay, next, the one who represented the British at this signing was David Hartley, and he represented the King George III. The Constitution of the United States was ratified in 1789, but it was signed September 17th, 1787. And by ratify, I mean to confirm by expressing consent, approval, or formal sanction. And referring to the Constitution of the United States, the place that had more power was actually the central government, and it was only because they controlled more land. The problem with the central government was the people who didn't have any land didn't get the rights that people who did have land. The main given is Jacob Gideon, and he was the publisher of the paper, and that is who he was also the printer of the paper, and that's where he gave out the names of the original writers of the Federalist Papers. The importance of Federal Number 8 is that it states that the proposed Constitution contained no Bill of Rights, which was obviously a very big problem to the Americans. And also, a Federalist is of the nature of a union of the states under a central government distinct from the individual governments of the separate states. The Federalist Papers were written in the late 1780s, like around 1787 or 1788. They were written by, as you can see in this picture, Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, and John Jay. There were actually 3 versions of the Federalist Papers written, and Americans didn't know the real authors at first until the edition in 1818 came out.